Hello there, Sir from 17 once again, bringing you the second section to Chapter 8 in my Castlevania Night Difficulty video walkthrough. And this level is the Clock Tower, and any old Castlevania fans will be nice and reminiscent of Clock Towers in these games. The only problem being is, if you thought they were bad before, this one is worse. And I've got to say something good about this level because I'm in a positive mood, and that is the gilded gold on almost every surface with the low lighting and the interesting electricity that's sparking all the time makes this level look really nice. This is a nice looking level, it's got some gloss to it, and I like me some high definition gloss. The downside to this is moments like what you've just seen, where you jump towards a platform, you don't, time the jump perfectly, and Gabriel does nothing. He doesn't grab on for dear life, he doesn't try to, even eke his way onto the ledge, he doesn't even stretch his arms out, he just sinks down like a sack of shit with no fucking brain, and it's really annoying. And it'll annoy the tits off you, and it annoys the tits off me, because this is one of those levels that in theory you could do in 5 minutes and have no problem whatsoever. It's also one of those levels that you could, kill your entire family with your pad after getting so rage-inducingly mad at the fact that it's broken, bullshit and stupid. So hopefully you'll do the former and not the latter, because there's nothing worse than bludgeoning your parents to death with a plastic instrument. It would take hours, but you've just got to take your time with the jumping, never trust the controls, never trust the mechanics. This game is a fucking utter cunt when it comes to jumping sections. They should be a lot tighter. And the worst part about looking at this afterwards is I'm playing through Enslaved, and Enslaved is the complete and opposite of this game when it comes to jumping sections. They are velvet, they are smooth, they are brilliant, they are effortless. And they're so much fun, it's almost a detriment to the game, because there's almost no challenge when it comes to the jumping, because it's programmed perfectly. It feels good, it feels great. And then there's this bag of shit that, oh my goodness, feels like a round of chemotherapy. But once you've got up to this top section, that extends, you do get a checkpoint, and I do believe it's from up here. If you don't, you'll have to do the entire room again, and it's a fucking ball ache, so avoid at all costs. But just keep making your way through here. There's a bunch more jumping sections, and then once you've done the jumping sections, it's time to fight the Frankenstein's monster once again. But that's not before a massive bullshit section, which is this. And you've got to climb up this like organ or whatever the hell it is, this wall here with all the electricity. And each section of this wall gets electrified in certain intervals, and you've got to learn the pattern. But I am as impatient as I am unwilling to do this kind of shit, so you're going to see me get absolutely bum raped by this electricity wall, and if you just have a little bit more patience you shouldn't have any problems. But it involves bouncing off the wall and getting in the gaps in the proper timing, and unfortunately I keep fucking it up, so just bear with me. So in the absence of anything decent to speak about in the in the light of Castlevania, I'm probably going to talk about a few other things on the side. The first one is that I'm kind of glad I took time off from doing this guide, because I was really bummed out on it. I was so bummed out on it that I was not even enjoying doing the commentaries, and for me that is a big no-no, because the whole point of this YouTube stuff is for my own enjoyment above all other things. I mean, it would be nice if it went somewhere, or if somebody took notice, but at the same time, if that never happens, it's still something that I'd enjoy to do. And I wasn't enjoying it, which is, contrary to what I wanted to do. But that little break to do the Brink guide, to do the Fallout guide, has really rejuvenated me. And it's one of those things that I don't think a lot of people can really understand until they do it themselves, because I don't know if you've ever started something that takes, quite a lot of time and quite a lot of commitment. Like, if anybody who's listening to this is a writer and has ever written anything of full length, I'm not talking like 20-page screenplays or something silly like that, even though they can be perfectly valid and awesome pieces of art in themselves. I'm talking like a 200-page epic, something that they've invested years of their life in, depending on how quick they write. It can be a daunting task to finish something like that. It's probably the same with a lot of stuff that I'm not even using as reference at this moment, but starting something is easy. Anybody can start anything. You can start a fucking war if you want, if you've got the right words and the right contacts. But finishing it is is completely different. It's something so much more severe than what starting it is. And anybody will know this. Just look at, like, if you've got parents or friends that are DIY kind of people, and they'll knock a fucking wall down and they'll start, you know, a loft extension or a make your own extension, or converting the kitchen into a bathroom or something like that. And then 6 months down the line, there's just a load of concrete, a load of rubble, and the job's not finished because they couldn't finish it. It just got to that point where, you know, the work got heavy, other stuff took over, priorities had to be, you know, made, and it didn't get finished. I mean, look at that shit, this fucking game. I hate jumping on this game. But it can be hard to do, and to a lesser extent is walkthroughs, because anybody that does Call of Duty commentaries or any multiplayer commentaries and all that kind of stuff, they get it easy in a sense, because they upload, you know, 5 to 10 minute videos every so often, whenever the time scale is. Everybody's different, obviously, and it's a quick thing. It's you know, it's 1 2 3 go, 1 2 3 go. There's no real commitment to it, because it's get a good gameplay, or get a gameplay that you like, or get a gameplay specifically for your channel, you know, regardless of what you want to do, and then you put it up and there it is. They don't have to make these fucking 50 video long, you know, 20 video long guides of, well, even Let's Plays. People that do Let's Plays are probably in the same position. And look at this other wall, fucking me nah. Goodness me, I hate this level so bad, so bad. Goodness me. It's just awful. But it boils down to you looking at the same piece of content, in essence, for a very long time when you're either doing the commentaries or when you're playing it yourself. A lot of the Let's Plays get around this because they do the commentary at the same time, and that can definitely freshen things up. But if anybody's laid commentary on afterwards on something like a guide or a Let's Play, they'll know that you are staring at something you've probably played a shit ton of for longer than you probably wanted to. And it can be hard to speak about things. It can be hard to, you know, keep going, and be hard to keep motivated when it just feels like you just, you know, flogging a dead horse. As poor as that metaphor is, but this is the boss. We've seen him before. You know exactly how he fights, and by now you should be pretty good at him, because he hasn't changed much. I think the difference now is when you piss him off, he starts throwing rubbish at you, and that will do damage, but he's not too bad. The only problem that I have here, and I think I use my light magic, is because I've got very low life thanks to all that jumping bullshit. So if he hits me, he's probably going to kill me. And I'm the type of person that I hate seeing fucking loading screens, and this game is a bastard for loading. It just loves that shit. It really does. In fact, I'm playing Splatterhouse as well, which is a game that I really don't like at this moment in time, and a friend of mine actually prefers it over Darksiders, which just makes me wonder what the fuck he's been smoking. That game's loading is horrendous. That's like some PS1 days, that's like fucking Commodore 64 days, when you used to sit for 2.5 hours waiting for a fucking cassette to start playing, and then when it did, it was green and black visuals, you were using a keyboard to control, and you ran to the opposite side of the screen and the game crashed. Anybody remember them days? Fuck me, that was some patience I had as a kid. But once you climb on this guy, and you do your little quick time event, this is when he's going to start getting a little bit more... Oh no, I think he's dead. Yeah, that's the baby. He is dead. Jesus Christ, I didn't use my magic after all, but... feel free to use your abilities to kill him even quicker. As you've just seen, he's not that challenging of a boss, but he can be a nuisance if you're not used to how he fights. And then you just have to turn this crank, and it's going to raise the platform so that you can carry on to the end of this garbage level. And if you liked this level, then you've got the music box coming up, which you're going to fucking love. And I hate that level with a passion. I hate that level like half of America hates Osama bin Laden before, you know, this so-called big team win. But just walk across here, jump on this, and this is the end of the level. So once again, guys, thanks for watching. I hope it's helping. I hope you're not getting too sick of my voice, because it's not the most enthralling commentaries when we're watching this game, but hey, what can you do? You take care now.